Hello and welcome to InThisCornerTV.com. I'm James Smith. Today on Smitty's Corner, brought to you by Tecate, Cerveza con Carácter, we'll discuss the biggest fight that's not happening, Mayweather and Pacquiao. We'll take a look at what looks to be Manny's next fight against Antonio Margarito. And this weekend's matchup, boxer versus MMA, Toney versus Couture. I think it's pathetic that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao have, forget about signed, these guys should have fought a couple of times already. That's what made boxing so great and can make the game great once again. Great fighters fighting one another on multiple occasions. Dempsey Toney, Ross McLarnin, Graziano Zale, Sadler and Pep, Robinson and LaMotta, Charles and Walcott. You had Leonard and Duran, Bowe and Holyfield, Morales and Barrera, and of course, Muhammad Ali versus Smokin' Joe Frazier. Even lesser fighters like Ward and Gotti put on a trilogy that we'll never forget. Two of those fights were the ring fights of the year. That's what makes this sport so enduring and alluring to the public, when the best want to fight the best. Can you imagine Muhammad Ali or Joe Frazier saying that if Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather were heavyweights, they wouldn't want the fight? Let me tell you how this fight can be made. Fighters can make the fight happen. If these two really want to fight each other, the fight will eventually take place. Well, it looks as though Manny Pacquiao's next fight will be November the 13th at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium in Texas against Antonio Margarito. Shame, shame on the boxing commission there for granting Margarito a license after what took place when he took on Sugar Shane Mosley in 2009. The plaster on the wraps. It should be a criminal offense. Boxers' hands are classified as deadly weapons until the day they die. Nevada and California stepped up to the plate. Makes me think back to 1983, Louis Resto and Billy Collins Jr. Resto originally won that fight, but after the fight, it would be Billy Collins' father who found out that Panama Louis had tampered with the gloves of Resto. Resto would serve 2.5 years in jail for criminal assault. He and Panama Louis would be banned for life from boxing. The same thing should take place to Antonio Margarito. I can't blame Manny Pacquiao for taking the fight. He's a fighter. That's what fighters do. But Antonio Margarito should never be allowed to fight again. And finally, we'll get to this, what I consider to be joke of a matchup. UFC 118 in Boston. UFC's billing it as boxing versus MMA. James Lights Out Toney versus the legendary Randy Couture. First off, both of these guys are in their 40s. They're well past their prime. And you know what? Couture's going to win this matchup, probably in an early submission. But James Toney at least has two chances of winning. The left and the right. He could knock out Randy Couture. If Randy Couture were to stand up and try to box James Toney, you know what kind of chance he would have? One of my favorite movies, Less Than Zero. You know, this may be Smitty's corner, but I want you in my corner. I want you to contact me direct at Smitty at InThisCornerTV.com with your thoughts, your opinions, your predictions. If they move me enough, I'll address them on another edition of Smitty's Corner. Be sure and log on to inthiscornertv.com and be a subscriber. We'll catch you next week on Smitty's Corner.